Yes, sir. We are live. So this is Mr. Bates with Rowan Salisbury Schools CTE Department, Associate Director of Work-Based Learning and Community Partnerships. I got some very special guests with me today. I do have the Rowan Cabarrus Community College. Oh, hold on, y'all. We are completely paused for some reason.
This will work a little bit better. Nah, that's horrible.
Okay, I'm sorry. That must have been me. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. We keep freezing for some reason. Are we good now?
Looks that way. Yeah, look pretty good.
All right. Cool. So welcome to Work-Based Webinar Wednesday. We got a few viewers in the house to check us out. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of having a mentor. My name is Dominique Bates. I am the Associate CTE Director of Work-Based Learning and Community Partnerships for Rowan Salisbury Schools. I know that's a long title, but we got Miss Micaiah McDaniel. She's my intern, and it's her show. She's gonna run things because that's just what she does. And then we got Havon Barnes, and we got Tracy Harris, the RCCC career coaches, content experts. They can give you all that you need. So if you're watching, I ask that you share this video with your timeline. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, I ask that you share it to your other social media outlets, and also ask that you guys, when you get the chance, tap into our other social media outlets. They're very easy to follow. Follow us on Twitter at RSS _CTE. Our Facebook page, of course, is RSS CTE. Our Instagram is Rowan CTE, and our YouTube channel is RSS CTE. We try to make it very easy. So if y'all can remember RSS CTE, then you can follow us. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's hop into our topic, man. We're talking about the importance of having a mentor. First, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Pretty good. Glad to be back.
Good. That's awesome. That's awesome. We got that good fall weather outside.
Yeah.
Sure do.
It's here.
It's
I'm
here.
ready.
Yeah, I like the fall. Not too cold, not too warm, not too hot. So it's that anything weather. You can wear anything and be comfortable. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The importance of having a mentor. Talk about it for me, my content expert. Why is it so important to have a mentor? Or should we start there? Talk to us.
Yeah, I would say having a mentor is important just because you get the opportunity to talk to someone that is in a place that you're trying to get to. So just having someone who can speak to experience, speak to the things that they've been through and learned from, that is invaluable, especially as a young person trying to navigate through, and achieve your goals. So.
Yeah, I would kind of piggyback off that, man. The good thing is, a lot of times we'll have things that's on our mind or things that we're thinking about. And it's always good to have someone that you kind of bounce those ideas off of. Like Yvonne said, someone who's kind of been down that same road. I think a lot of times that'll keep us from running into some of the roadblocks that we'll face. If we can kind of just bounce, ideas and thoughts off somebody. So I think that's really why it's a good thing to have a good mentor in your life.
Yeah. When I think about a mentor, I think about like a GPS, like a guide, or somebody who's already been there before, or, I also think about, somebody who just who's actually like a movie, when you watch a movie, there's somebody who's already seen it before. And and they know what's about to happen next, so they can inform you on how you can. They can advise you on how you can move and navigate in different situations and make different decisions in your life. So, man, it's very important to have a mentor. Kaya, do you have any mentors?
Yeah, I've had a couple actually. I've been in this group. I've been in a couple groups. I've been in this I Am Me group with Letitia Smith. And it was like a girls group, and we read, like teen books, and we linked up on the weekends and went skating and stuff. And I've been in Ambitious Minds, and she taught us how to, like talk properly and how to, like sit at the table properly and what to eat with and stuff like that. And I also did like a little work in gemstones too. So I've had a couple mentors.
Yeah, that's great experiences. So let me ask you this: how did those experiences help shape who you are today? Like, what kind of impact did they really have on you?
Of course, like the groups, they taught me like certain individual things, and taught me how to, I guess like be like a family kinda,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because during my middle school year, my 8th grade year, it was my first year coming to Norfolk Land, and the school would have gemstones come to Norfolk Land like during like PE or something like that, and like a group of girls would just go, and then we'll just do stuff with them, and it was pretty cool.
That's
and
awesome.
that was the first time I met Miss Alicia, and now we have a really deep relationship. That's Auntie Alicia now, So.
And that's what it's all about, man. Sometimes, I mean, most times, your mentor will follow you throughout your whole life. And so that's awesome. Shout out to Miss Alicia Bird Clark and Miss Letitia Smith for the work that they have done with you. And let me ask my content experts this. Sometimes, we have mentors and we don't even know that we have mentors. Can y'all speak on how like some of that comes into existence sometimes, or what's your take on that?
I think some of it, man. Some of it happens organically, man. I mean, I think one of the big things about mentorship, man, is that you want someone who you find that there's not a lot of accountability nowadays, and I think that mentors keep you accountable. It's not somebody who's going to sugarcoat with you. You want someone who's really going to, like I say, tell you when you're wrong and celebrate you when you're doing right. But some relationships happen organically, man. It's relationship building. It happens over time, and I'm sure Makai can probably speak to this. Being a teenager, being a young lady that's coming up, you look for certain qualities in a mentor,
yes, sir.
or someone you want to pattern yourself after.
Yes,
I think that's key. I'm not going to pattern myself after someone who I see is going down the wrong direction. Why do that to myself? So I think a lot of it, man, it just happens organically. And if you're a very observant person, you can kind of begin to see certain qualities in people's lives that you admire. And that kind of draws you to them.
Yeah, like some people, their job is not to be your mentor, but they just have that, those characteristics, and so you just pick up off of that, and they don't even know they're your mentor, but you're looking up to them or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I can think back on times when there were people in my life that I didn't necessarily see as a mentor until maybe our relationship had moved on, and I'm reflecting back and I'm thinking, wow, like I learned so much from this person, and they really molded me and shaped me without either of us really knowing that's what was going on. So I think you can definitely have a mentor that you didn't necessarily plan to have, or see them as a mentor when in that moment. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And it's not always in what you say, but in what you do. I think the saying goes, our actions speak louder than words. And a lot of times, man, we don't realize, and I can say this for myself, I never really knew how many people actually watch your life and watch your actions. And so that's why it's always good to make sure that you're living, that you're walking in a positive light. You know, not to say you have to be perfect, because none of us are perfect people, but you strive for perfection. You strive to be a person who, if they look at your life, they can look at your life and say, hey, again, that's something I admire in that person. Or let me just talk to them about this or that. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that, you know, you just strive just to be your best self every day, you know? And so, you know, it just, like I said, it just happens organically, man.
Yeah, I like what you said about the accountability part of being a mentor. It's your responsibility as a mentor, and I think that goes both ways. Now that I'm thinking about it, as a mentor and a mentee, to hold each other accountable. And for example, if you see that as a mentee, if you see that your mentor is doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, then I think that you have the responsibility, you have the right to, point that out to them and say, hey, you're a mentor. You're somebody that I'm looking to set the example for me. And I'm sure that you've taught me and you've told me some things about, how to navigate or how to make certain decisions or how to act in a certain way. And you're not even doing that yourself. But it's always, I love the fact that you said accountability, because coming from a mentor standpoint, some people only want to be around people that we call yes men or yes women, who are always going to agree with you. And you always need that person that's just going to say, no, that's not right. No, you shouldn't do it that way. No matter how big you are or how famous you become, how much money you make, no matter what level that you're on, you always need that mentor, and you always need that accountability check.
And I'll put this one more plug in there, man, that you and as mentors, in a sense, you got to practice what you preach. So, again, you can't be telling your mentor or your mentee one thing, and like you say, they see you doing something totally contrary to that what you're trying to teach them. So we have to be in a position to practice what we preach, and it has to be a learning type environment or a relationship, because I look at it like this right here. I may know Micaiah, we might even be in a relationship, but I can learn from her just like she can learn from me. So we both have to have that mindset. There's something that we can learn from each other, because there's things that she may be experiencing right now, as a young lady growing up and at this time in space that, I might not even be knowledgeable of. So I think it's just as good to be able to sit down and learn from our mentee just as much as them learning from us.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. I might be getting ahead a little bit, but when you're choosing a mentor, making sure that it is somebody that you can be transparent with, because I think that is something that really makes it successful, is when you do feel comfortable enough that, you can be transparent, open with your mentor, and they can do the same with you. Because like you were saying, Tracy, no one's perfect. It's not always going to be perfect. And sometimes those imperfect moments are really the teachable moments, and where we really, dig deep and learn more about each other and how to be successful. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. So you just hit it right on the head. I want to hear from other people. How do you choose your mentor? If you could just, choose whoever you wanted it to be, like what qualities do you look for? And I know we've already discussed some, but what have we not talked about that? What qualities?
I would say definitely, man, someone who's, like I say, who has some integrity about them. They're not going to be a person, like I said, they're not living, on both sides of the coin, so to speak. They're not doing one thing and saying something else. And I've learned to be a very observant person. So before I approach a situation, I got to be able to watch and be able to observe, how a person carries themselves. And again, it's not trying to fine tooth comb their life, because, like I say, at the end of the day, none of us are perfect people. But how are they living? What type of decisions do you see them making? What kind of headway do you see they make? What type of impact do they have? Are they positive people? Or again, are they people who are, living one way and saying something different? So I would think my biggest thing, man, is being the first thing criteria for me. I think is someone who definitely has that lives a life with some integrity attached to it.
So who should you be reaching out to become your mentor?
I would say, especially in the mindset of obtaining career goals and that sort of thing, I would look for someone who at this moment you feel like is in the career that you would like to be in, or is in a place that you would like to be in, and start there, whether that's reaching out to family or family friends and seeing if they know someone, and just really speaking with someone who have achieved the goals that maybe you have set for yourself, and just finding out what that path has looked like for them and what advice they would have to someone who is just starting out or in your position.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's important to, whatever you're interested in, that you attach yourself to a person, especially while you're young. For my middle school and high school students, don't wait. Go ahead and try to attach yourself to somebody right now, and be a sponge and just learn all that you can learn from those people. Am I breaking up, y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been in and out a little bit.
Okay, I was wondering. Yeah, but I was saying you just need to learn as much as you can from someone who's already doing what you want to do, what you aspire to do. So, yeah, I think that's how you should go about it. And so, how do you ask somebody, like, will you be my mentor? If you don't know them, like, how do you start developing that relationship, or how do you go about doing something like that?
I would say you have to find the perfect fit. So before you even reach out to someone and ask them to be your mentor, I feel like you need to make sure that there is a good personality fit there. It's kind of like an interview. So maybe before you even jump in and say, will you be my mentor? Just be like, hey, I'm really interested in, this field that you're in. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit and I could just ask you a few questions about what you do. And then from that point, you guys can just get a gauge for how you interact, what they do day to day and that sort of thing, and go from there. Mm-hmm.
And I think too, some like I say, some mentors, like we said previously, are kind of already in our lives. And I think a lot of times a good mentor is someone who we don't necessarily talk to every day. We want someone who can kind of get to learn us. Some people, if they already know us, they kind of already know what to say to us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really good, because we're gonna always bounce ideas off of our family. Our family is gonna always be in our corner. But I think a mentor is that person who can really speak into your life, who don't necessarily see you every day. They don't have to see you every day, but you have that connection with them that they can pretty much about gauge when you're not on the up and up and when you are. And they just have that connection with you. And it's someone I would feel like it's someone that's on the outside looking in. I've been blessed to have good mentors along the way, whether they were spiritual mentors or guidance counselors, peers. I won't really say peers, but they were, they were older than I was. And so, I aspired to, I saw qualities in their lives. I could just basically just have a conversation with them about what kind of things that, kind of led them in the direction that they're going. They don't necessarily have to be the same career path. You just see them being successful people and saying, okay, hey, what is it that you did? What kind of hurdles did you have to jump? Just tell me a little bit about some of the things that you kind of overcame in your life to now find yourself in the position that you're in. So I think, again, man, some of it is just going to happen really organic. I can't say that enough. They are, but we have people that's in our life right now that probably could be considered a mentor, and they probably just want you just to ask.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good stuff. And then when I think about it, when you say family members, we all have those family members that we say are nosy, right? But those are some of the best mentors because they're just trying to get in your business to understand what you're doing so that they can advise you and help you out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You need one of my qualities that I would put on my checklist for my mentor is somebody who's inquisitive. Somebody who really wants to know and understand either what I'm going through, how I'm going through it. They're really going to challenge me on, okay, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Why are you doing this? When are you, sounds like it could be aggravating, but that's what they're there for. They want to, but it's, somebody like that, they care.
And that's really important because I'll say you have to know yourself to know what you need in a mentor, because I can say for myself, I'm really quiet. If somebody asks me how I'm doing, I'm going to say I'm fine no matter what's going on. So having a mentor that's going to keep asking me and really get to the heart of the issue is really important. And so knowing yourself and what you need out of your mentor is going to be key to choosing the right person for you.
Yep. I would say another good quality is to have somebody who's trusting. Like you say, if I'm gonna be transparent with you, I don't need to turn around and hear my business out in the street later. I need to know if I'm coming to you bearing my soul about what I may be experiencing. I need to know that what we're discussing is going to stay here. And even if you can't give me an answer right now, because I think a lot of times we expect for that mentor to be able to turn around and give us that quick response right then and there, and that may not be the case. I've been fortunate, like I said, to be a mentor to some, and I share with them quite often. Listen, the only time that I will share something with your loved ones is if you're saying that you're going to hurt yourself or hurt someone else. Other than that, what we talk about pretty much stays right here. And I want you to feel confident enough to know that whatever you're trusting me with, I'm going to try my best not to give you something out of my head, because my head can't help you. I can share experiences with you, but even some of my experiences may not necessarily help you. So I'll say this too, man, and this has always been key for Mr. Harris. This has been key for Mr. Harris, to have a spiritual connection, because I think that when you have a spiritual connection, your spirit is never going to lead you wrong. They're going to be able to tell you, because we can put up a facade about who we are, but your spirit is never going to lead you wrong. They're going to tell you the truth of the matter about a person. So we can play a game or front for so long, but your spirit is never going to lead you wrong. It's going to tell you the truth of the matter about an individual. And if it's somebody who you can connect with, then for sure, you're going to know that.
Listen, man, you preaching now. We're going to have to pass the collection plate to you. Pass the collection plate around. But though, man, that's all factual. And we do need that connection. I was sitting over here thinking, I was going to ask y'all, do you think that your mentors, there's always one around? So I just feel like they're sent to us.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I feel like they are actually sent to us, and you run into people for a reason. And I always heard the cliche statement that, people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Mhm.
but your mentors are in your life for a reason, some of your seasons, and a lifetime. Which
Yeah.
leads me to my next question. How important is it for maintaining your relationship with your mentor? And how much responsibility is that on the mentee?
I
Yeah, what's up?
pretty important for the mentee to maintain the relationship too, because especially if you're speaking from a standpoint, if you're in high school and your mentor is someone who is already in their career, I mean, things get busy, so being able to take the initiative and reach out to your mentor is really important in maintaining that relationship. And it doesn't always have to be with a very specific question. It can just be to check in and see how things are going, maybe what they're up to and that sort of thing, just to keep that open communication. I mean, we all know that probably some of our best relationships are people that we don't talk to all the time. So it doesn't have to be an everyday kind of thing, but as long as you're keeping that open communication and checking in with each other, I think that's perfect.
Yep. And so I wanna bring it on home, and I just wanna do a round robin and ask everybody, what's one quick takeaway that you got from the day? Because I've been sitting here writing notes, and I have learned a lot about myself, and I've learned about the process of the importance of having a mentor and just like the whole process. So we're gonna start with you, Kaya.
Definitely had to be the part about, how you don't realize that people are mentors in your life. Like I have like a lot of adults who impact my life, especially, even y'all, people who I'm on the webinars with, I'm watching y'all and, I'm learning from y'all from the stuff y'all talk about as well. And, looking up to y'all and stuff like that. So I definitely have a lot of mentors in my life. So that I don't really recognize, I recognize them, but, I'm not going to call them a mentor, like family or, somebody that I'm close with that's not family. So,
Yep. So you got some hidden figures.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Miss Yvonne.
Well, actually, I would say that would be my takeaway. What she was just talking about is just self-reflection, right? So there are so many people who come through our lives, like you said, for a reason or a season or a lifetime, and we don't even realize how they've impacted us. So I would just say self-reflecting on those people who may have been a huge impact to you, and then using that to maybe channel what kind of mentor you need going forward, or what you would see are great qualities in what you aspire to.
Mr. Harris. Oh, go ahead, Kaya.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. And I feel like, people that are impacting my life that are not family, like, really mean a lot to me, because it mean like they're choosing to impact my life. People who are family, not saying that they have to be there for me or whatever the case may be, but people who are not, they're choosing to help me, taking time out of their busy lives, to impact mine. So, yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
Listen, now you preaching. We're going to have to take his money and give it to you. But Kaya, yes, you're getting all the money. We taking his collection plate and handing it over to you.
My takeaway, man, is the importance of having that relationship, and to understand is really a dialogue. It's not a one-way street type situation where one is constantly giving and the other is constantly taking. It's a give or take relationship, and at some point we'll all be in that relationship. We'll either at some point be the one who's learning and listening, and the one who will be teaching. So it has to be a relationship that's definitely open, and one that is, you know, whoever's coming into that relationship, that they're open to really hear from each other.
Yes. All right, folks. So y'all heard it here. The importance of having a mentor. Great dialogue, great content. Shout out to my Rowan Cabarrus Community College career coaches, and shout out to my intern Micaiah, dropping a lot of knowledge and dropping a lot of gems. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, whenever you get a chance, we need for you to share this video. Please share it. Tap into our social media outlets. Twitter is RSS CTE. Our Facebook page, of course, is RSS CTE. Our Instagram is Rowan CTE. And our YouTube channel is RSS CTE. Thank y'all, and we'll see y'all later. We got another one coming on at 2:00. You don't want to miss it. See you later.
Thank you.